Welcome back to the channel, Retro Freaks. Today, I guess this is part 2 of a series that may or may not continue.
Yeah, who knows?
Depending on how many more games we decide to discuss. But these are games the reviewers got wrong, if you will. So we pull reviews from Metacritic and talk about games that we think are pretty badass that got fairly low scores.
Yes, so we started this about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We did 5 games that a lot of people say suck, but we love them. And we were like, hey, let's keep talking about it because reviews are sometimes wrong. And some people look at reviews before they buy games. We don't, because we buy games off of, does that look badass? It is badass.
Yeah, well, and the things we like are typically, you got to keep in mind, we're playing a lot of stuff together, and it's all about having fun.
Yeah, we care about fun. We don't care about graphics or...
Yeah, and if you go back to the old like Game Pro reviews. When I was a kid, all I cared about was fun factor.
Fun factor, yep.
You know, graphics, I'm hit or miss. Sound, hit or miss. Not that it doesn't matter, but nothing matters as much as the fun factor. So let's jump in with, and these are in no particular order.
No, yeah, just random.
With the first game on the list that's poorly reviewed that we like.
The first game we're going to talk about is an Xbox 360 game. I don't know if this is available on other consoles.
It is on PS3.
It is on PS3 as well, but we're talking about the 360 version, and that's Blood Drive. This has a 40 on Metacritic, so like not very high. This is a great pick up and play game. If you have 15 minutes, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You're not going to spend all night playing this. Well, maybe.
Maybe you could if you had a few toddies.
If you had it, yeah, which we like those.
Yeah.
This is Twisted Metal meets zombies.
Yeah.
What's not to love about that? The only gripe that I have with this is that it's not multiplayer locally.
Yes, and now that the 360 online service is down, but for what it's worth, so it's almost like set up almost like a Mario Kart type thing in the sense of you kind of play like a series of events
or
like a tournament races. It's not a race, but it's not only how many enemies can you take out, but how many zombies can you kill, and that's what adds to your points. But there's power-ups along the way. It's got all the zombie lure, like you can get like a ray gun, a mini gun,
saw blades, like think Twisted Metal, because there's different characters, different cars, and it's just like over the top. Like when I was playing it, I was literally playing, it felt like a knockoff of Sweet Tooth. Yeah. You know, because it was a big ice
Reggie. It was Reggie.
Yeah, which is, he's badass. But this game is so fun. If you like Twisted Metal and you like over the top and you like zombies, Blood Drive is freaking... Yeah. It is so fun. I just really wish it was... This game could have easily been 4-player. Just
at least 2.
Yeah, just rammed into each other, but it's not. But it's still really fun to watch. It's still really fun to play. Again, it's a great pick up and play game, but it was only rated a 40. Maybe because it's too simple? I don't know, but I had a blast playing it.
Absolutely. Next game on the list. Maybe you've heard of the Army Men series. And maybe you're thinking, well, those games are for kids, which I disagree.
They're for babies.
All right.
But this is a standalone game in the series. Army Men Green Road, which is a twin-stick run-and-gun shooter.
Top down, yeah.
Top down. That is also 2-player.
Multiplayer.
That Metacritic rates a 39.
39.
I never heard about this game growing up. I never knew this was a thing. When I seen Army Men, I thought I knew exactly what it was. And then a little friend of ours, Megadan29, introduced us to this game like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
I think he did a review of this game on our channel, like Mega Pro Reviews, which is sick. Dude, this game is so fun because I love twin stick shooters. Yeah. And also, I love Toy Story. So, like, the Army Men are fun. Yeah. I get, like...
But how is it a 39? That may be one of the lower games we've covered on this series.
I know, and we have a lower one coming up that we're going to talk about later, but 39 is insane. There's different guns, there's different abilities, there's different things you can pick up. It's a longer game, it's multiplayer. I mean, obviously it's not going to be like an 80.
You know one thing that is, I think it, and maybe my memory's failing me, but I'm pretty sure this game got a 360 release, and I've always wanted to get it on that just to see if the graphics are just a little bit better.
It's polished. It might be rated better on the 360. I don't know, but we have it on the PS2 and it's rated at 39, which sucks. But if you like twin stick shooters, I mean, all the Army Men games are freaking great.
Yeah, but
Sarge's
this one is
Hero,
like this one's so different than those, though. That's the part that is like I think the fact that they gave it the Army Men name, people looked at it and were just like, oh, I know what this is.
You don't.
But you don't.
Go play it. It is so fun.
It's rad.
Now moving on to a somewhat modern game, Wanted Dead. This is the highest rated game of the 5 we're talking about today. This comes in at 58. 58 I could potentially see, but I think I'd give this game probably a high 60. Wanted Dead is so fun. It is by the same people that made Devil's Third.
Yep.
So it's a third-person run and gun hack and slash game that is badass. This game is so fun. I will say the controls take a little bit to get used to, so that's probably why I got dinged, because the controls are very specific. And this is a game that once you start playing, you probably don't want to stop playing, because then you'll forget how to play.
Yeah. Because there's button combos for the melee combat, and then there is some resource management involved. You can't just go running and gunning.
Yeah, you run out of bullets.
You got to use the cover system. You have to use everything in this game that they teach you how to do, or you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, this game is tough.
But what a satisfying, fun game. When you land one of the combos and freaking slice a dude's head off, it's just like, let's go.
In the last episode in the series, we talked about Devil's Third, and we love Devil's Third.
Yeah.
So this is just like that, but you're playing as a female, which I love, a female lead, badass.
Yeah.
It is.
But
I
it's
love
so
these
much
games.
better than Devil's Third.
It's so much more polished, which is so wild. It is rated higher than Devil's Third, but this game is so fun, and it works on the newer consoles and stuff.
For sure. And I think it's a relatively short beat, which, I don't know if that goes into people's ratings or not, but to me, what's the problem with an 8 to 10 hour, 12-hour game? I can't remember exactly how long this game takes, but it's not like an 80-hour beat.
Yeah, not every game needs to be 100 hours.
No, I kind of miss that aspect.
Yeah, because it's kind of fun to just be like, oh, I like this game, play it for a few nights, beat it, move on. That's great. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Mm-hmm. This game is fun.
And it's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Wanted Dead. I mean, 58 I can kind of see, but still, I'd give it a higher score than that.
All right, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Yes.
Metacritic gave this game a 23.
23.
Rambo.
The video game.
PS3 game by Teon. I think's how you say it.
Teon.
Very important to understand what this developer's trajectory has been, because apparently they're obsessed with 80s and early 90s.
Action films.
Yes. Because this was one of their first games. And then they did Terminator Resistance.
Yes, they did.
Maybe a little foreshadowing there. And then they did RoboCop Rogue City.
Oh, which RoboCop's badass.
So this game is very different than the latter two that I mentioned. This game is an on-rail shooter, which can be played as a light gun game.
Yep, which is sick.
But it's a very on-rail, but there is a duck and cover mechanic. So if you're playing it with a light gun or a PlayStation Move controller, you want to have the dongle so you can go into cover. But you can also play it with a controller. The game is buggy as all get out. Maybe why it's rated to 23. Yes. Even the cutscenes are
and Rambo's face does look funny.
Yes.
But it is also Rambo. So it's badass.
And it's sweet because the story incorporates all three films.
Yeah.
Even with a controller, the duck and cover mechanics really fun. This game is actually hard as hell.
Yeah, it is, because you really have to cover. You can't just bullet spray. So it's a unique light gun game, because you have to actually be strategic and pop out and shoot, and reload.
The reload mechanic is what's going to get you in the ass in this game.
Yeah, because you have to it's a timing thing, and if you get it right, it's perfect. If you get it wrong, it takes a little bit longer to reload. There's grenades, and icing on the cake, multiplayer.
Yeah. Co-op,
which is so fun, but only one of you gets to be Rambo.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the draw. The other person,
but he's
not
got a buddy kind of running with him, another soldier the whole time. But if you're a Rambo fan, this game is really cool. I can't believe it's a 23. I don't know what I would have given it. Maybe a 50.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely, but we like light gun games to begin with. We also like cheese and things that it's funny to see Rambo's face in this game.
Yeah.
But I like that. I think that adds to the charm of it. I get some people will be like, that looks like trash, but I like it.
It just kind of goes to say it would be hard for me to not like any Rambo game. But a 23?
Yeah, 23 is wild.
Come on, man.
I think if you're a fan of RoboCop or Terminator Resistance or any of those 80s action video games, at least check this out. Or a light gun game. Rambo's fun, dude. It is fun. And speaking of this developer, and speaking of the game I just mentioned, Terminator Resistance, that's the next game and the last game we're going to talk about. Terminator Resistance PS4 edition. There is a remaster on PS5 that did get rated slightly higher. That has a 62. But on the PS4, it is a 47. And if you are a fan of RoboCop, Rogue City, this is the same game, basically. But it's Terminator.
Yeah.
It is so fun. They literally took Terminator, and they're like, oh, we really like this mechanic. We really like these icons.
Yep.
Let's just put it into RoboCop.
Yep.
Obviously, RoboCop's a little bit more polished and all this stuff, but if you like Terminator, This game is so fun.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
It's fantastic. And we don't have the stage prop to show you because we no longer have the PS4 version because we have the enhanced PS5 version. Which got a little more love from critics. But man, there's got to be a disclaimer on some of these games. Like if you love Terminator, you have to play Terminator Resistance.
Yes.
It's like a must play.
I think like this and Rambo, it's like if you like the movies and if you like the universe, these are like just, it makes you feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
And Terminator Resistance is so fun.
Yeah. If you have messed around or watched anybody play RoboCop Rogue City, this was the game they did right before that. And Rogue City's built on the same engine. But everything's the same. If you liked that, you would love it.
You're going to love this. There's side missions, there's different guns, there's different grenades, there's collectability, there's roaming around. It is tough. You're fighting the freaking machines. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is so fun. And then when you talk to people, just like in RoboCop, there's different things you can say to them.
And there's mouths that don't move, right?
This
is where I think ratings get into stuff. Because I, like, right away, we're like, ugh.
Yeah, when the girl was talking, her mouth was...
Yeah, like, oh, is that what she said?
But that's also, the mouse look like shit in RoboCop, too.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It adds the cheese. Charm. But Terminator Resistance 47, I don't get it. Obviously, I know critics don't mean everything, and these scores don't mean everything, and it's a compiled list. I mean, a lot of people commented on the last video, they were like, well, I don't look at the reviews, I play because it's fun, and that's how we are, too. Yeah. But I do think there is a group of people that won't buy things because it's rated low.
Well, and it's weird. It's a 47, and Terminator Resistance would land on a list of mine, I think yours too, of best movie adaptation games ever made.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Obviously,
there's flaws.
The best Terminator game is on the Sega CD.
Yeah.
But this would probably be in the list.
Yeah.
You know, Terminator Resistance, so freaking fun. Man, all these games we talked about today, I could spend the rest of the day playing them.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking Blood Drive, that's so fun.
Yep.
Army Men, so fun. Wanted Dead, Rambo, Terminator, oh, you got yourself a freaking day.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you like hot fudge sundaes?
Before we go, beer reviews are back.
Beer reviews are back, and this time we have a very interesting and unique beer. This is another Boulevard beer, so if you're in the States, you could probably find this.
Yep.
This is the Carrot Cake Belgian Style Strong Ale Barrel Aged 2024 edition. So we love Belgian beers. Also, I love Carrot Cake, but I don't think I've ever seen like a flavored Belgian beer. Usually Belgian's like its own style. So I was very intrigued by this because I was like, Carrot Cake, that'd be a good stout. But so they combine flavors. This bad boy comes in at 12.2%.
I'm going to tell you right now, this may be one of the more dangerous, higher proof beers we've ever done.
Yeah.
Because typically, I feel like within a point or two, I can be very accurate on the alcohol percentage of a beer.
Yes.
I would peg this at like a 7.
Yeah, which is still high.
Yeah,
but not a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So flavor, the nose smells like a Belgian beer, which is I really like Belgian beers, but then the flavor is just, there's so much going on here.
It's hard to categorize it all.
But in a good way.
It's like a 5-phase cycle. So it's like initial Belgian flavor, then I get a little bit of carrot cake, and it really finishes for me on the sweeter, like cream cheese frosting notes.
Yes, the vanilla. There's a creaminess at the end that lingers, but then because it's not a stout, it's not heavy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, like when you're drinking a high proof stout, you're like, ooh, I'm going to sip this.
Yeah.
No, this is going down smooth.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's going down like,
I didn't know. Basically what Robert's saying is, if we don't hurry up and wrap this video, he might end up naked.
I'm gonna get drunk. Yeah. but like, dude, if I didn't know this, I'd be like, yeah, I'll have another.
Yeah,
I'll have another. Yeah. And then you stand up and you're like,
and before you know it, before you even get to the 9th hole, you're shooting balls into the clubhouse.
Yeah. Shoot her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is really good.
Yeah.
I wonder what Metacritic would give this.
It's hard telling.
Probably a bad score.
Because it seems like, well, and we can't really shit on Metacritic. It's a combination of reviews that funnel in users, critics, and everything. So it's not like Metacritic gave it this score. Yeah. A lot of people contributed. But what we're getting at is Metacritic may not know how to have a good time.
Yeah, they might be afraid of beer.
Yeah,
or afraid of fun video games.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
I think video games. I think maybe we're just in the minority, and the people watching, you guys are probably with us for the most part, is video games are supposed to be fun.
Yep.
Like, I don't, like, the mouths in Terminator, I don't care. That's funny.
Yeah.
Does the game work? and it is fun.
Well,
yes.
I think we got to a point at some point, and maybe it's always been this
People
way.
like
But like once you grab a game on PS4 or PS5, you're like, well, this shouldn't be like that. It's like, but it is. It's a smaller developer.
Yeah.
And if that's the worst part of the game, you're gonna be fine.
And then you're not gonna play it because of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna rob yourself of having joy because the mouse don't work.
Yeah, or
because the load screens are probably slow. But it's just like, dude, the game is fun.
frame rate, all that stuff.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't. Now, for me to give a game, if I was to say 100 or something, then yeah, I would factor all that in.
Yes.
But I don't know. All end of the day, I play games to have a good time.
Yeah, fun factor through the roof. All of these. If you're looking to have a great time with a few beers, check out all these games. They're
Let's
so
do
fun.
it. In the comment section below, is there anything, you guys did this, the last one, the video of this that we did, but is there any game that just got dunked on that you absolutely love? We'd love to hear about it. Maybe it'll show up in episode 3 of this little mini series.
I kind of like doing this because we're talking about games that we haven't really talked about before, so it's fun.
But we always appreciate you tuning in, subscribe to the channel, and we'll turn you loose so that you can go play your favorite shitty games.
Ooh.
We'll catch you on the next episode of the one and only Gaming Off the Grid.